this film and countless other films by Troma have been an inspiration to millions of wannabe filmmakers. And we have one of these filmmakers, well, hopefully we have a couple of these filmmakers in the audience, but one that's coming to join me on stage, Mr. Willie K. So why is the Toxic Avenger such an inspiration to you?
Lloyd Kaufman's been making films for Troma for over 40 years. He makes low-budget horror, low-budget films, and he is the first director I ever saw who put together a real behind-the-scenes footage of filming a movie. Traditionally, what you get in a behind-the-scenes footage is snippets of setups of filming a movie. And he showed you the down and dirty, real reality of doing it, and it's tough. I mean, you gotta kind of be a benevolent dictator and get things done. We're part of the Film 36 project. It's a partnership with the Beltonian. It's a monthly film series. This is what we like to call a learning cinema. And we're going to show a film a month, and each of the films should have something in it that filmmakers in the Centralplex can learn from. The reason why we call it Film 36, 36 films, that's across a 3-year span. 36th film in the series is going to be one that we produce right here in Bell County. We're going to see, before the film, a small movie made by a local filmmaker. And we're going to do this each and every month, and we're going to expose the fact that we have filmmakers in the community who can make these things. Part of our goal is also to expand the filmmaking community in the Centralplex. And right here on this screen is going to be an expose of what we're able to do, proving to everybody that we can make one of these. Up here in the far corner, we have 2 of those QR code things. And we also got the web address above those. One of them is to our Facebook page, and the other is to our Patreon account. We're going to host this show each month and beg for money. Across the course of the 3 years we do this event, we're going to have maybe upwards of 4 events called a Pitchorama. And a Pitchorama is an event where we're going to do, we're going to try and get investors into the Beltonian. We got 150 seats out here. We're going to try and fill this place up in the same vision that Sam Raimi used to produce Evil Dead. So the mythology of Evil Dead was that Sam Raimi went up to doctors, lawyers, veterinarians, and said, I'm making this movie. He went in with a reel of test footage. He chased a girl through the woods with a camera mounted on a 2x4. And it gave an eerie ghost-like effect. He went in with that and the script for Evil Dead, and more or less $1,000 a pop, he was able to fund Evil Dead. We plan on doing the same thing. Now, Lloyd Kaufman, who made this movie, he is a prolific writer too. He's written an entire series of books on filmmaking, and some of the it's called the Your Own Damn Movie series. Produce your own damn movie, direct your own damn movie, and he explains in the book that his most success in getting people to fund his movies are through dentists. So we plan on getting some dentists in here and seeing if we can fund a film. We're trying to make a full-length, big-budget film right here in the Centralplex. And these are the films we're going to be showing over the next year. And each one of them has some kind of promotion attached to them. Friday the 13th, we plan on being a rather large promotion. We're doing a Jason Voorhees pub crawl. We're trying to get together every version of Jason Voorhees there's ever been and walk through the streets with something like one of those religious icons that people carry through the streets. It's going to be his decapitated mother's head. And we're going to stop by and have a few beers and that kind of thing. So keep us in mind for that one. It should be summer. It should be a little bit warmer than it was today. And yeah, just keep tuned on our Facebook page and see what we're up to, because we're trying to do this once a month. We're trying to get it bigger. Most people either want to make movies or know somebody who does. Tell them about us and see if they want to come down and help.
All right, so you were talking about promotions. What promotion did we do for Toxic Avenger?
We did a pub crawl with Toxie, and we also reached out to Borrow Brewing. Borrow Brewing is over in Salado, and if you want a great place to have a great beer, you go over to Borrow and go to their tap room. They have upwards of 20, maybe more beers over there. Every flavor you can imagine, from dark to sweet. And Borrow Brewing is sold right here in the Beltonian. It's also sold all throughout the Centralplex. And Borrow brewed us up a special batch beer called Toxic Tea. If you sold exclusively here for this event, and if anybody would like to try it, go out in the lobby and get us some.
Yeah.
And, hey, what's this? Oh. Special delivery. Thanks a lot, Toxic. Round of applause.